morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. And I told you a while ago that we knew we were getting Centiskorch V and Centiskorch VMAX. We knew that it was going to be the cover Pokemon for the upcoming Explosive Walker expansion of the Pokemon trading card game, and it's here, and we can finally take a look. Huge shout out to the lovely Antoine Boulet for hooking us up with rather good translations. So we better start off with Centiskorch V, I suppose, and starting off then, 210 HP, it's fine. It's not massively high, it's not massively low, it's just fine. Retreat cost of 3 is a really annoying one where you can't use Air Balloon to give yourself free retreat, but you also can't use Buff Padding to give yourself extra HP, so that kind of sucks. And the weakness to water, honestly fine. Maybe Frostmoth decks start taking off in the near future, but unless that happens, you're going to be alright. And you're a fire Pokemon, which means you've got Welder to accelerate energy, which is quite nice. It means you've got a multitude of cards like Fire Crystal, Giant Hearth and Fiery Flint to actually get those cards out of the deck or out of your discard pile. It means you've got Heat Factory Prism Star to go ahead and actually draw yourself some extra cards, and it means you're hitting weakness against Zacian V, the very best card, or at least attacker, in the game at the moment. And yes, they can use Metal Frying Pan to take away their weakness, but remember that Tool Scrapper has now been reprinted, so you can get rid of their Metal Frying Pan and bring back their weakness. We like being a fire Pokemon. Now, starting off with the first attack, it's alright. 1 fire energy, 20 damage. You may discard an energy from this Pokemon. If you do, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can either just do 20 damage for a single energy, and look, it is single energy basic Pokemon, so this is a go second turn 1 kind of attack. It's not phenomenal, but it at least will get some damage on the board. But you can get rid of one of their energy at the cost of getting rid of one of your energy. Here's the thing though, you're a fire Pokemon. You've got Welder. So there is every possibility that you're actually going to be in a better position in terms of getting energy on than your opponent. Though we will need all the energy we can get, we'll get there in a moment. The other thing, of course, is that this is really good if your opponent started relying on special energy. So if your opponent's gone and whacked down a twin energy, for instance, them losing a twin energy is going to be much worse for them than you losing a fire energy is going to be for you. So that's when you really need it. If you know your opponent's struggling for energy, you've been able, I don't know, maybe you played a Lavender Town and looked at their hand. So you know that they don't have any energy, then getting rid of their energy could be awesome. Similarly, if you know how many energy they're playing, and you know you've gotten rid of a bunch of them, so you know that you're in a good position to really run them out, this could be good. Or if you're just getting rid of a particularly useful special energy. It's not amazing, but it might be useful. Well, it will be useful occasionally. As for the bigger attack on Centiskorch V, 4 energy, 180 damage. It's fine. It's not particularly phenomenal. It's fine. Yeah. I mean, look, this was good back when we had Ho-Oh GX. Ho-Oh GX did 180 for 4 energy. It also couldn't attack next turn, which makes this objectively better, especially when you consider the extra 20 HP. The thing is, when we had Ho-Oh, we also had Kiawe. So you would use Kiawe turn 1, and it would end your turn, but that's fine. And you would get the energy on there, and you'd be good to go. You would then use Max Elixir and your manual attachments to get the next one going, and you'd be pretty alright from there. Maybe at some point you started using Turtonator GX to accelerate a bit of energy for maybe the third one. That's not where we are right now. I mentioned we've got Welder, and we do. We do have Welder. The problem is, 4 energy is where we start getting a bit sad. We don't want 4 energy. We want 3 energy. We want to be able to go Welder, attachment for the turn, go. That's what we want. And you can't do that with Centiskorch's attack here. That's a bit sad. You can welder, energy attachment, wait till next turn. If you're using the Volcanion from Unbroken Bonds, things get a little bit more interesting, because if you go second on your first turn of the game, you can search your deck for free fire energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, otherwise it's just one. And at that point, we're looking quite nice, because now, turn 1 going second, I use Volcanion to get free energy on Centiskorch, and then turn 2, I get the 4th energy on Centiskorch, and I've got my welder to put elsewhere, not to mention that on my first turn, I could potentially have a welder going somewhere as well. That's where I'm going with this. I love this attack if you go second and get a turn 1 Volcanion. Otherwise, I find this attack a bit lackluster and a bit underwhelming. Because the other thing is 180 damage isn't even that much at the moment. You'll get a one-hit KO on Blacephalon and Dedenne, and to be honest, most basic GXs. But you're not getting many Pokemon V at all. I mean, even Victini V comes in at 190 here. So that's not going to help you out very much. You'll get a few, but you ain't getting very many at all. You will get most single prize Pokemon, your non-GX, your non-V, so I suppose that's a bonus. But the real reason we're excited here is because of Centiskorch VMAX, and this one I do like. We go up to 320 HP, which again is fine. It's 20 more than Morpeko VMAX, which is awesome, but then it's 20 less than Snorlax VMAX, so I don't know. Call it a draw, ladies and gentlemen. Call it a draw. It's fine, but it's not terribly amazing. The retreat cost of 3 still sucks. The weakness to water is the same as it ever was. But we gain 1 attack here, and this one could be really good. For minimum 2 colorless energy, you do 40 damage, plus 40 more for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. And after dealing damage with this attack, you may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Oh, yeah, that's an awful lot better. Because now we're looking at that thing we want to do where we go welder and attachment for the turn. We've got free energy on there. 3 times 40 is 160. 40 base plus 40 for each of the free energy. And 160 isn't phenomenal, but it's 160 for just your attachments. And that's not that much better than Cinderace V. Cinderace V does 140 for free energy. But the thing to remember is that it is better than Cinderace V. Might not be a million times better, but it's better than Cinderace V. And it's only the beginning. We keep going from there. To be fair, Cinderace VMAX for free energy does actually do 170 plus burn, so maybe we should compare the VMAXs, and if we compare the VMAXs, you don't actually come out that well. I'd rather have Cinderace VMAX. That one turn. Because as soon as I get a 4th energy on there, now I'm hitting 200. And Cinderace VMAX isn't doing that. And when I get a 5th energy on there, I'm doing 240. And once I'm hitting 240, that's all the Pokemon V, all the Pokemon GX. That's pretty good. Once I get up to 280, which is your 6 energy, 6 energy plus the 40 base, 7 times 40 is 280. Then I'm up to basically all the tag teams, all the relevant ones. The biggest relevant one we've really got is Arceus and Alga and Palkia, and that comes in at 280. And then I can keep going and getting VMAXs. And here's the thing. This is going to add up really, really quickly. Because essentially every turn you've got your welder for 2 energy, then you've got your attachment for the turn, then you've got the attachment that happens with Centiskorch VMAX. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's going to add up very, very quickly. That's essentially an extra 160 damage you can put on per turn. I mean, realistically here, turn 1, you welder and attach an energy. And then you attach an energy using the attack. So you start turn 2 with 4 energy on. Then you welder to go up to 6. Then you attach for the turn to go up to 7. And you should be hitting 320 damage the second turn you use this. As long as you can hit the 2 welder, you should have 7 energy on, plus the 40 base is 8 times 40, which is 320 damage. And then it's only the biggest VMAXs like Snorlax that you're not getting a one-hit KO on here. This escalates extremely quickly, and that's why I like this. The V is alright, it's fine. I do like the fact that the V does a little bit of milling, and the Centiskorch from Sword and Shield is a milling Pokemon. That makes me very happy. But honestly here, what I really like is just the fact that that second attack, or the attack on the VMAX I should say, just gets really, really big really, really quickly. You shouldn't need to be attaching any more energy after the second attack. Because remember, even when you use a second attack, and I've said we should be using it with 7 energy on, 3 from the first turn attachments, and then a 4th when you attack, and then up to 7 with turn 2, you can attach energy number 8, so you're hitting 360 next turn, if you so wish when you attach. And remember, when I'm talking this through, I'm talking about the I need this scenario. I'm talking about the I've got a giant Pokemon in front of me and I've got to attach to Centiskorch and Welder onto Centiskorch right now. You might not be in that position. You might be able to just have free energy on there for a couple of turns while your opponent has smaller Pokemon while you can put your energy elsewhere. It can escalate super quickly, or you can just sit there attaching 1 extra energy while you attack and building it up that way if you're still taking KOs. Though I do need to caution you, there are a bunch of Pokemon out there, like Victini V for instance, that will do more damage for each energy attached to you. And Centiskorch could fall foul of those kind of attacks if he isn't careful. Either way, I'm giving this 4 Wassies. I think the Centiskorch VMAX attack adds up and gets one-hit KOs on 2 and 3 prize Pokemon so quickly that this is one we have absolutely got to take seriously. But I'd like to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, me nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are pretty gosh darned awesome nonetheless. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.